welcome to Never Show the Monster. I'm Kelly Attaway.
I'm Chelsea Hollander. Sorry, I'm delayed today.
Off to a great start. And today we are going to be talking about the new Hellraiser movie on Hulu, which is, I guess, a retelling, a remake, a reimagining.
Reimagining, I would say. It's definitely not a remake because
it's very different.
The entire plot is different.
Yeah.
Than the original.
Yeah, it's like same characters, different story.
Yeah.
Not same characters, same Cenobites.
And new Cenobites.
Were there new Cenobites?
I don't know. I haven't watched all of the Hellraiser movies, just like 3 of them.
Okay, well, I thought it was the same Cenobites.
I think that there were a handful that were the same.
Okay.
I did rewatch the first one, so I do have context.
I did too.
Against the first one.
Good, I'm glad. And I also read the book.
Can
you imagine?
Just now?
I read the book. I read the book.
Wow.
I know. Can you believe it?
Oh no, you have too much context. I can't.
No, I don't really have much more because the original movie, which was what, 87? 88?
Yeah.
Did I really? 87?
I think it was 87.
It was around then. That is like a very true retelling of the book. It's there's like one big change, but functionally,
I was gonna ask.
Functionally, it doesn't really change anything. But yeah, it's a little shorty. I listened to the audiobook. There are a couple versions on Audible, and I listened to the one narrated by Clive Barker.
Oh, good. Was he a good narrator?
I cannot wait to tell you about how he did the voice of the Cenobites.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, so for anybody who is new to Hellraiser, where have you been? Where have you been? This is like a horror classic. You look down at your screen, look at our logo, look at our podcast art, and my character, me, Kelly, Pinhead, the one with all the pins in her head. That's me. That's Kelly. That's Hellraiser. Or well, I mean, that's like iconic from Hellraiser.
Yeah.
That's, the priest from Hellraiser, which is commonly known as Pinhead.
At the very least, that's the box cover that scared you at Blockbuster. Whenever you walked through the aisles.
Yeah. So spooky, so scary. So this is like, I don't know. This is classic. This franchise, I think, is like fundamental to my interest in horror.
Really?
I watched this movie so young. Not the one we're talking about today, which is Hulu's.
Yeah, I was like, man, 2022. I went back in time there.
Yeah, no, I'm an infant. I'm only 6 months old. It's not even that old, is it?
We're having yours 1 year.
This is my
birthday this week.
No, so if it came out in 87, then it's only a year older than me. So we grew up together, me and Hellraiser.
That's why you share the same face.
Yep.
No,
I watched this movie too young. I watched it too young.
I watched one of the movies too young, and I didn't realize it until I watched the first Hellraiser. I was like, oh, this was not the movie I watched as a child.
Oh, do you know which one you saw?
I do not remember, but I started watching like some clips from other ones, and I think it might have been the third or the fourth one. But I have like a really vivid memory of when I was a child. I was at like my aunt and uncle's house, and all the cousins were together, and we were sleeping all in the same room. And this was also the first time I remember, like, this is going to sound so stupid, plugging something into an outlet while holding the metal prongs.
Oh, you got zapped.
And then I ended up shocking myself, and then I was like, I can't sleep. And
too much electricity.
Yeah, and then one of the I don't know how, and he's not one of my cousins, but he's like a cousin of my cousin or something. And then he was like, let's go downstairs and watch TV until you get tired enough to go to sleep. And I was like, sweet. And then we watched Hellraiser, and I was like, oh, this is a weird movie. And he was like, yeah, this is weird. And we were both like, I don't know. And then he was like, let's maybe, and I was like, but it had been playing, it was like on TV, so it had been playing multiple times.
Yeah.
So in the afternoon, I then ended up watching the rest of it.
Yeah.
But I remember doing that. pretty vividly and being like, oh, okay, that's a core memory that went in there.
Yeah.
I think it was the fact that I shocked the shit out of myself that it was like, I'm gonna hang on to this forever.
Yeah, like imprinted.
Yeah. I was like, this was bad.
You were basically
I did
like
some
a
dumb
little
shit as a kid. Yeah.
You were like
Most
a
kids
little
as
Polaroid
kids.
film, and it like developed on you.
Oh, that's accurate.
Okay, I didn't do any research for this, so I don't know how true this is. Here's how I remember it: that there are like, I don't know, 15 of them. They just kept making Hellraisers, and you got the Cenobites every time, but it was like different human characters, and the original
Except for the
actors,
second one.
for sure. Oh, is that the same humans?
Most of them.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess it can't be all of them.
No. Well, it kind of is.
Okay.
Aside from like one.
I'm just gonna have to watch all 15 of them, I guess.
Spoiler, guys.
Yeah. Okay, so the quick like rundown of what Hellraiser is it's all centered on this little puzzle box. It's a little like cube. It's like Rubik's Cube shaped, and it's metal, and it's like intricately carved, and you like twist and turn the pieces. They aren't like little cubes like a Rubik's Cube. It's like weird like triangles and pyramids and stuff, and you like fiddle with it, and when you open the box, when you solve the puzzle, these Cenobites arrive, and it's unclear what they are and where they come from. There was a line. So in the Hulu version, the like rich guy calls them angels. And in the original movie and in the book, a line is essentially like, we don't know if they're angels or devils. Like, we don't know where they come from.
Yeah, they say something about like some call us demons, some call us.
Yeah. Oh, so that was in the Hulu as well, or was that in the original?
No, that was in the original.
Okay.
They said some call us demons.
Yeah. And
I think they may have said something similar in the Hulu one.
In the Hulu one.
Yeah.
And their whole thing is that they're like exploring the breadth and depth, I guess, of human sensation. They're like pushing the boundaries to places that like no human body could go. They are not human anymore, or ever. We don't know. We don't know the history of the Cenobites.
Oh, they were, right?
Were they?
At least Pinhead was, because that's revealed in
the original
2 in Hellbound, in Hellraiser 2 Hellbound.
Oh, did you rewatch
the third one?
Did you rewatch?
I did. I watched a couple. I just watched like a clip show of them.
Okay.
But there's like one that's the birth. Like there was like a YouTube clip that was the birth of Hellraiser, and it was a guy who was like a British explorer, and I think it's Hellbound, in Hellraiser 2 Hellbound, and then that's when you learn that spoiler guys.
Yeah.
That he becomes Pinhead whenever he solves the box.
Okay, I do remember that. Now
And
that
then
you're
you find
saying
out more
it.
about him in the movies after that, but I have nothing for those.
These are weird, huh?
Yeah, that is so I didn't spend it, other than that memory, I did not spend a lot of time with Hellraiser. So this was kind of newer to me.
Oh, and did you start with Hulu and then go back?
Yeah, and then go back. I kind of wish I had watched the first one prior, because I feel like I might have different opinions. But I did start with the 2022 Hulu Hellraiser, and first and foremost, I just want to say I really liked it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching it a lot.
I did too.
I watched it on a couple days before Halloween, I think, and it made me viscerally uncomfortable.
Yes. And Hellraiser has always been good at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to make you squirm. So this is gory. This is gory. Hellraiser is just gory. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of viscera. And there's a lot of it's violent. It's violence that we don't shy away from. Like, we spend time with the violence, you know? And that's not what I usually like in a movie. You know, I don't like gore for gore's sake, but I don't think that that's what this is. I
agree.
It's not like, it isn't a gimmick. It's central to like the plot and the
idea, the theory, the philosophy.
The
philosophy of the Cenobites.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, it is central to the characters. And I think that that's like a huge difference from like old slashers, not even old slashers, new slashers, where it's just like blood spraying everywhere and you're like, yeah, we got it, you killed her.
Here's a gross way to kill somebody.
Yeah. No, this is like very central to the characters. What were your thoughts watching the Hulu one ahead of rewatching the original?
I just thought I know I had kind of, I don't know if I said this on the last episode or I just told you about this, but I said that I appreciated, like, whenever we were talking about No Show the Monster or Never Show the Monster, like, it's weird because in the Hulu one, I thought it was done really well. I said, like, that 100% showed the monster. You guys showed the monster. The monster was terrifying. The monster was perfect.
The monster was great.
I was like, oh, but I wish I had watched the other one first because I was very... the teeth guy in both of them, fucking scary as shit. Yeah, Chatterer, like that is the most terrifying thing in both movies. But then at the end, the actual monster in the first one, I was like, oh my god, why is this? Why? Like, and I was like, okay, so this is the reason you never show the monster is this one. If you guys had kept this weird thing out, and I like it. I heard or read that they had budgetary constraints and time constraints, so that monster ended up being wonky.
We're talking about the like weird scorpion one, right?
Yeah. But I like, whenever I was trying to describe it to Ryan, I was like, it's a giant upside down baby. Is what I like. It's a weird upside down baby that has like extra teeth growing out of its head. It's like one of those. And I was like, and I just wish they did not show it. And if they could not have shown it, that would have been preferred. But I also liked, I think separately, I liked, and I wish I had watched the other movie first because I feel like I liked the plot of the 2022 one, and I was kind of expecting that going back into the first one, and I didn't get that.
Totally
and I thought
different,
the plot was a good plot, but it was a different movie. And
super different, yeah.
Yeah, and I was hoping it would be the same, but the way that the 2022 one does, it's like it just feels like it feels grander. Like everything, like you're in this huge world of all of these things happening, but with the one back in 87, it just feels like it's specifically focused on this tiny part. But with the other one, it just feels like you're living in their world. You're living in a world that they also live in. This is a thing that could happen. But the other one, I was like, I'm not going to, I don't know, give blood to a skeleton. I don't know.
No, I'm not giving blood to the skeleton. We're going to have to explain that. But I do think that we just found the title of the episode. In the original movie, and this is like almost identical to the book. So it's dad, stepmom, grown daughter. She's like, I guess she's off at college. I don't know. She's out. She's living her life. She's grown up. And she and her dad are very close. Dad is like a doting father, but stepmom does not like daughter and is not shy about that.
Yeah.
And Julia is the name of the stepmom, and she's like babe. She's a fox is what everybody says about her.
In 87.
In 87, she's a fox. Boy, has she got some 87 hair.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
What I mean?
Oh, yeah. That's why I wanted to say 87, just because I wish the bangs were just down and not up.
They're like spiked. They're like spiked. So for the first part of that movie, I was like, damn, her bangs have got some volume. And then there's one scene where they had even more volume. Yeah. And I was like, what's that thing about like the her hair's so big because there's secrets in there. What is it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Her hair is full of secrets. I don't know. Her hair is full of secrets.
So many. Oh, and it gets
so
bigger
many.
as the movie goes along because it's more dead people.
Secrets growing. So when she was just engaged to her now husband, she ended up like cheating on him in their house. Like the week before the wedding, like they have sex on her wedding dress. And this is with her soon-to-be husband's brother, who's like
not charming.
In the book, he's super charming. Yeah,
well,
he's just like a scumbag in the movie. And I thought that this was so funny. Like, okay, so he's like a criminal. He's always like traveling around and getting himself into trouble. And he shows up at the house and she's there alone. And he's like, "Hey, I'm Frank." And she's like, "Bed me." Like, it happens so
it's immediate.
fast.
There's immediate.
There's no conversation.
I was like, oh, this is a...
Yeah. Ugh. But this was so funny to me. Like, they have sex and she's immediately like, "I'll do anything for you."
Yeah.
Like, anything. And he's like, "Anything?" And she's like, "Anything." Which is convenient for him because he goes and opens the box and gets himself taken by the Cenobites, and then he like rolls back in. So Julia, the cheater, and her new husband are moving into this house where Frank opened the box, and he's like now living in the walls, skinless, and he's just a skeleton. He's just a skeleton, basically.
I was gonna say he's not living at this point.
I guess that's true. He's not living.
He's just got his remnants.
It's just remnants. And then husband cuts his hand. I don't know. Blood feeds Frank.
I forgot. I do have a lot of fun facts about this movie, but I have fun facts about this movie, and I have no idea why. I think I went in the watching, but there are like 2 movers that are in there, and one of the movers was like, originally, the man who plays Hellraiser was supposed to be one of the movers, and he wanted to be one of the movers because he wanted his face to be seen. And then he was like, you know what? Pinhead is a more interesting character. Fine. So the guy that you see as one of the movers is actually the guy who they had cast as Pinhead until the other guy had said he was like, "Hey, actually, I want to be Pinhead." So they moved him back to be one of the movers.
How pissed is that guy? You know, like, especially, I bet that he had like grown to gain some peace, and then Hulu comes out with a reboot and he's like, "Motherfucker." Could have been me. So blood feeds Frank, the bad guy. And so cut hand, Frank starts awakening and Julia finds him skeletal form and he's like, "Julia." And she's like, "Frank," and decides to help him. And so she starts like seducing men in bars and bringing them back to murder brutally with a hammer so that this weird skeleton can like feed on them. And this is all because she had one good fuck, like one sexual encounter. And she's like, "I am willing to murder multiple people for you."
For this skeleton.
And like, I don't want to get too deep into this movie because we're focusing on the 2022 version, but I do just have to mention there's a part. So he's like slowly, with every murder, he's like slowly regaining muscle and sinew and flesh. And there's a part where he doesn't have enough flesh to do what she does, which is suck on a thumb.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Like, this is more upsetting to me than the hammer murder.
Everything.
Like, this is very distressing to me.
They do a good job of making all of the guys that she kills, though, seem kind of scummy. So
they did a great job of that.
You feel less bad for them getting murdered.
Yeah.
But it's still like, but you're helping a guy that still probably sucks just as bad as those guys, if not more.
Yeah,
he sucks more.
Frank
he sucks way more.
Frank sucks horribly.
Frank's the worst.
Yeah, so then the whole movie is just like, she's just like killing dudes and feeding Frank, and he's like slowly getting stronger, and then
there's a weird monster baby.
Yeah.
That's about it.
You were saying that you didn't like it. Don't show the monster.
You can see the cart that pushes it. They did so well for everything else in the movie. This was the only one that I was like, oh my God, why?
I think that probably I wouldn't have known that it looked bad if you didn't say so.
No, it looked
Because
bad.
I watched it so young. So I'm just like, yeah, that's what it
Oh.
looks like. That's what that monster looks like. So I like
Yeah.
didn't even engage with how bad it looked until you
Yeah,
until you
it's
said
not
it, and then
good.
I like
It's
had
not
to
good.
recall it, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, it
It
is
does.
bad.
It also does the. I know we talked about this during Smile, but the like hands on the wall, but it's really its feet hands
Yeah,
on the wall as it's going along, and then it just floats in the air like like a giant dick. I don't know. It's just
Oh
that's what it
God,
is. It's just like a long
wiener.
phallic shape
Yeah,
with a fucking face on it with a lot of teeth.
you know what it made me think of? Eraserhead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ugly babies all around.
Ugly babies all around. I will say practical.
Yeah. I do appreciate the practical effect. Oh, that babies are practical or a phallic monster?
No, the practical effects. The practical
Yeah,
effects.
no,
Yeah.
the practical effects were done. Like, honestly, they were done really well. Frank as a skeleton dragging his half body across the floor. Beautiful. Chef's kiss.
Oh, that's funny. I thought that looked pretty bad.
Oh, damn. Well, I thought that whatever it had his face when he was trying to talk, that was pretty bad. But
Yeah.
I thought him dragging his half alive butt across the
No,
floor
it made
was
me
pretty
think
good.
of Army of Darkness.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
fun, but
Yeah.
not scary.
Yeah, no, I just thought I thought it looked all right. Like I was like, I don't hate it. And the chatterer, like I was like, done well.
The
Beautiful.
chatterer is like
Yeah.
the most upsetting part.
Yeah. And then he just right up in the face.
Just right up in the face. Okay, yeah, maybe we should describe the Cenobites. Like they're
In I'm excited to talk about them in the 2022 one because they are way more elaborate.
they are much more elaborate, but they are CGI.
Partially. Are they fully
Partially,
CGI?
I don't think entirely. You're right. Yeah, I don't think that this was 100% CGI, but it is more CGI
Yeah.
in that.
But not Pray for the Devil.
No.
CGI. Like,
this is
it's
good
well
CGI.
done.
This is good CGI in the
I'm like,
2022
this
version.
is well done.
Yes, it is absolutely well done, but it still takes me out of it, you know? Like
Oh.
it's too smooth, it's too
Too clean.
shiny. Like the pins in the priest's face are too like shiny. They looked like illuminated. And
Yeah, but I feel like as a Cenobite, you would be a little more perfect than Pinhead was.
I don't know. That's an
Because I
interesting
feel like
question.
they transcend humans. Like to have, and like some of them have like, there are two Cenobites that are similar where the neck is like ripped open and
Yeah.
wrapped. And that one is in both of them. But I feel like if once you become a Cenobite, you have transcended something and you should become more perfect in your transition.
Interesting. Okay, I always interpreted it as I think that is what the 2022 version believes.
Yeah.
I always interpreted it as like, no, you know what? Hold on. I think I'm about to call a Jesse yet. I always interpreted it as like addiction, like a race to the bottom. Like
Oh, interesting.
how fucked up can we be? Like I want to experience everything. I want to experience like the deepest degradation that I can experience. And that always felt like dirty and messy and like desperate to me.
Yeah.
And so like when I saw them like pretty, that didn't work for me, but I want to think about it more the way that you're describing it, because maybe this is like more of a reimagining than what I was imagining. And that, like there's more.
Because now I want to rethink about it because I like that I like that angle of it with them being, because even in the 2022 version, it is about a girl who has an addiction.
Okay, let's pause. Let's go rewatch them.
All right, perfect. I won't do it at night though, because I did the other one at night, and then I was like, I have to go outside and take a walk.
Oh, is it scary?
The 2022 one?
Yeah.
Just because it made me so uncomfortable. Like I just kept being like, I can't. My I feel everything feels, and I don't want to feel things. I don't want to feel my skin. Like, I was like, my skin's being played. Oh no, it's like that. It's like the thought I have of swallowing glass. I just felt like I was like, my skin's being pulled off. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's
you
fine.
got squirmy. Yeah. Yeah.
So heads up, if you don't like, if visuals make you feel things, this might not be the best movie.
This one's a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, we don't shy away from
Yeah.
The unpleasantness in this one.
Wait, what about, I have a question. And it's a question that I have about the book because I read, and I was wondering if this was true, but I did not read the book, so I do not know. That Pinhead, the only reference to gender when they talked about Pinhead was that Pinhead had a feminine voice.
I don't even remember that they said they had a feminine, and I'm going to use they. I don't remember that they said they had that it said they had a feminine voice, but I do remember that when Pinhead first appears to Frank, Frank explicitly says, I cannot determine gender here. Like, I don't know what or who I'm looking at.
And I am calling this out because there is a lot of contention, I think, on Pinhead being played not
masculine in the reboot. Yeah, there was a lot of backlash about that. But the book, Pinhead doesn't have a gender in the book. But I do want to mention the voice that Clive Barker does for the Cenobites.
Yes, please.
It's the same voice for every Cenobite. Like, I don't know. It made me, which I think was a good choice because it felt very like the Borg in Star Trek. Like, they are all on a singular mission, and so they share the voice. But the voice he chose made me laugh out loud because it was like, we have such shites to show you. Like, it was very like, hello, I'm Pinhead.
So aliens? Definitely aliens?
It was like robot.
Oh, weird.
But he did select like a higher, like he was pitching his voice up. Clive Barker was in the narration. So maybe it did mention that Pinhead had a feminine voice because he for sure committed to that. But it was like no modulation in pitch. It was like the one note all the way through. And oh my God, I wish I took some notes because the dialogue in the book was actually really funny. I was imagining the characters, like the Cenobites from the 2022 version,
having the same voice.
But the same dialogue, saying the same lines from the book, because they just like...
You're like, I can't take you seriously now.
They weren't like ethereal or anything in the book. Like, one of the lines is like, I don't know, when Kirsty is like, do you know Frank Cotton? They're like, yeah, what about him? Yeah, what about him? Like, Cenobites don't talk like that.
That's funny.
And they also seemed like ignorant in the book, whereas I think in the 2022 version, they were approaching omniscient. Like, they had more, I felt like they were more knowledgeable in the 2022 version, whereas in the book, and I guess in the original movie, they're sort of like, they only know the stuff you told them. Like, they're just dudes.
Yeah.
Or ladies, or etc. Like,
I mean, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's understandable. But sorry. I'm just thinking of the voice. Sorry.
No, it was so funny. Like, I'll see if I can record a clip to tack on at the end, especially if I can find that line. Because one of the lines was seriously like, "Let's roll." Oh, there were a couple that just like got me so good.
Oh, thank God.
I'll call an Uber. My treat.
Well, I like the idea of them being, but if they are, okay, so if they are Cenobites, and we're talking about the ones in the first film that are ones that are riddled with addiction and then kind of like become the manifestation of them, the bodily manifestation, how, like, I'm trying to think of the reason that it makes sense to me that they become transcendent or they become something else is the continued existence when your body is completely flayed.
Yeah, they're enduring stuff that no human body could endure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that and like maybe that's just an inconsistency, you know, in the book. Like maybe that just wasn't, I don't know. I do think that the book and therefore the first movie, like, don't make any efforts to explain the details.
Gotcha.
And
that makes sense.
And so I think that gives like the 2022 version freedom to make up the lore. And I like what the 2022 version did with it.
I was gonna say that is something that I really did like about rewatching the first one. It's like it is setting up something that's going to be big, like something like this is another world, another area that you don't know about, and you're just seeing like a tiny little piece of it. So it makes sense that it went on to become such a prolific series of movies because it like. But I do hope, I kind of hope this relaunches it to continue on different stories about it, because the Cenobites, I think, are one of the, like, I don't know, are just so interesting.
They're just so interesting. And like, okay, so I especially liked it in the 2022 reboot because the Cenobites in the new one are like a direct response to your folly, you know? And in the original, like, oh, you opened the box accidentally. Oh, that was one of the funny lines. When Kirsty opens the box and Pinhead first appears, he's like, hello, you have some dust. Or sorry, they're like, hello, you have some dust. And Kirsty's like, what? No. And he's like, oh, you did it accidentally. That has happened before.
They seem great. I'd hang out with them for sure.
It's a treat. It's a delight. Like, oh, boys. Okay. This one made me feel a lot of feelings. This movie made me feel a lot of feelings.
Yeah.
2022 is going to make you feel feelings and also look at gross stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas original Hellraiser is just the gross stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt no
feelings to the first one. Yeah.
Not really. It was that one I didn't have to go take a walk.
Yeah.
I was just okay. This is fine.
Yeah. The first
is all right.
Like, the original is like fun. It's like gross, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And the 2022 is heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
I also felt weird because I guess they cast my brother in it as her love interest.
Oh, no. I don't think that's true.
He looks exactly like my brother. Have you seen my brother in the last couple of years?
I guess not. Is he hot now?
No. I mean, he might be. I wouldn't be able to tell.
The reason I said no is because I've met Miles.
Yeah.
And this guy looked different from the way that I remember Miles.
That's good. I kept watching it and feeling, I was like, oh.
So how'd you feel about that sex scene early on?
I didn't pay attention to, did it have his face very
No, I guess we didn't know what he looked like at that point.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it was more focused on her face.
Yeah,
or
I don't even know if we saw her face.
Stuff.
I think that it was just like
butts,
sheets, and turn me around.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I was like, okay. But no, it was like by the end of it, I was like, it looks like my brother.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I was like, well, okay.
Oh, so how'd you feel about the stabbing scene? Sorry, spoilers.
I mean, obviously not great. Oh, no, I felt fine with it after. Yeah, it was, it's fine.
I don't know. I still feel conflicted about it. Okay, we'll get there.
I do not. It was, bad. Bad.
We'll get, he's bad. I agree.
Guys, we'll watch it. We're going to get into spoilers.
Yeah. Sorry. We're going to spoil both of these.
There's no way. We haven't. There's. I know you guys are coming on here expecting us to not do a completely spoiler-free, but that's not what we do here.
Oh, God. Never show the spoiler, am I right? Yeah, so in the new one,
Yeah.
No, our main gal. What's her name? Riley. Our main gal, Riley. She's our protagonist, and you know who she looks like? Is Yes Chef, Chicago. Everybody told me to watch the show. Yeah, the bear. She looks like the bear. They've got the same lips, and I think maybe eyes. The guy. Not that she like looks like a man. They just are both like very beautiful, and they both have those like. She's got the same lips. She's got the same lips.
I'm gonna have to look at them next to each other. I don't see that. I don't see it. I'm gonna be real with you.
I don't even know that guy. I didn't watch The Bear, but the first
Jeremy
time,
Allen White.
Okay, I just know that there was like the first time that we like got a close up of her looking worried. I was like, that's that guy everybody loves.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Same lips, maybe same eyes.
Did we watch different movies? Because I thought I saw my brother in it, and now you're seeing these two people.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess we did. I mean, I haven't seen your brother in 10 years. He could look totally different.
That's a good point. She does have similar eyes. They're very bright. They both have very bright eyes.
You see it.
I don't see it in the lips, though.
You'll get there.
He's got thinner lips. His lips are smaller. His mouth is smaller. I'm looking at him get angry in a clip here.
Maybe it's not like physically. Maybe they make the same expressions.
Okay,
like maybe it was like the movement of her lips that did it. I don't know.
Okay. They both look sweaty. Maybe that's it. He looked sweaty in The Bear. She looks sweaty in this.
Yeah, but I didn't watch The Bear. I've only seen him on like the cover of GQ.
He looks sweaty.
Yeah, but not on GQ.
Are you sure?
I guess I didn't study those photos, but I don't remember being like, ew.
I thought he just gave off a vibe of looking sweaty. Like, that's why he got the job. Like, I mean, if you're going to work in a restaurant, you have to give off the guy who looks sweaty
sure.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he looks sweaty in this.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at GQ. He looks sweaty as shit.
He looks sweaty in that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Like sweaty and greasy. Like they're doing drugs and they're sweaty and greasy.
Does he do drugs in The Bear? No spoilers. No spoilers. She does drugs in Hellraiser. The movie opens with like this other character.
Roland Voight. And he has this mansion and he's having this giant sex party. And this guy who's up and coming shows up, and then
he's not up and coming. He's a sex worker.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he's a prostitute.
Oh, I thought he was just an actor and he got invited to a...
No.
Oh, I don't understand hints that are dropped.
I mean, maybe I'm reading too far into it. My understanding was...
Was he a brand new sex worker? Because he looked like he was very uncomfortable around all the sexy stuff happening. I assumed he was just like up and coming in Hollywood, and this was his first big quote-unquote Hollywood party. Or do I just think Hollywood is full of sex cults? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't even think this movie takes place in Hollywood. Voight is a collector of the occult.
But he's also super rich. He got a lot of money doing something. And it's probably being a movie producer.
Chelsea. Okay, sure, fine. That does not change the fact that this was a sex worker. So, yeah. So we learn about this rich collector of the occult museum. I think he started with like art, and he has this box. He's got this box, and it is not a box when we first see it. It's like far along in the puzzle evolution, and the sex worker goes back, or maybe up and coming actor, is taken back into this room with the box far along in the configuration, and he starts fiddling with it. And this is also something that happens in the first movie where he's like almost transfixed by it. Like he sees it and he like walks directly to it and is like compelled to fiddle with it. And the guy solves the puzzle. He pushes it along to the next configuration, and a little knife jabs out of it, stabs him in the hand. That was upsetting. I didn't even like that. And like, that's like the chillest part of the movie.
Yeah, that's the softest. Yeah.
Like things are about to escalate
pretty extremely.
Right now. So yeah, he bleeds and that like calls up the Cenobites. I don't think we see them yet.
No.
We just see chains flying out and like hooking into his body. And then he gets like suspended in the air on these chains and he's screaming things like, the pain.
Mm-hmm.
And Voight is looking pleased with himself. Yeah, and then it's the future, and we see this gal who looks like she's starting the bear, and she's having sex with a guy who looks like Chelsea's brother.
Oh, God.
And then we meet the whole cast of characters.
Oh, Jesus.
And we learn that she's a recovering addict, and she's dating a guy that she met in recovery, and that her brother doesn't condone that. That's a complicated relationship right off the bat. And they end up sort of having a falling out, and he ultimately kicks her out of the house. But before that, she's talking to her lover. What's his name?
No. Great question, though.
John.
Because I don't remember.
That's my brother's name.
Bro,
Sebastian. Charles. Christopher. Josh. Trevor.
Yeah,
That's right.
Trevor.
I remember that
Trevor.
now.
Trevor.
He is
a
such
Trevor.
Old Trev. And he's like, maybe I could help you get some money. No, I shouldn't say anything. And she's like, tell me. And he's like, no, you're trying to get your life together. And it's very clearly
A ploy.
manipulation.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't trust him right off the bat. Spoiler, don't trust him.
Yep.
But like immediately I was like, he is playing you. And ultimately he's like, oh, I used to be like I used to deliver stuff to the docks, and it's just like rich people who own these like shipping containers, and we can break into one. There's like one last shipping container coming into one of my clients, and we can like go break in, and surely there's stuff in there, and we'll split the proceeds. And she's like, sick. Okay, yeah, let's do a crime. And so they do, and what's in there is the box, and it's back in its original configuration, just a little cube. And she is like compelled by it, right? She focuses in on it, and he's like, this is bullshit, this is worthless, maybe we can find a fence. And she's like, sure, I'll just hang on to it for now. Like, she's like mesmerized. And then she goes home, and I guess they had gotten drunk, and so her brother kicks her out. And she goes to a playground and is like, well, she takes some pills. She's like moving out, and she finds pills in her belongings. And for a minute, she like throws them on the ground. And I was like, yeah, girl, now drive away. But instead, she picks them up, takes them, goes to the playground, and she's like clearly peeking while she's opening the box. And she manages to like
Not cut her hand.
But she does stick her finger into like a hole in the box.
Which
And
you
it made
would
me
think
think of-
that would be the part that would get you.
Yeah, it made me think of the bean in Toni Collette.
Buzzsaw, Velvet.
Velvet Buzzsaw. Yeah, I was like, don't.
Yep.
And then like immediately she starts seeing things. And then her brother comes looking for her and finds her high, and he's like, I don't know, trying to help her, picks up the box, and it like moves on its own and stabs him in the hand. And that's bad. Now it's been fed blood. So he like goes into like a public bathroom, starts to like get woozy.
Yeah.
Not from blood loss. It's like a poison. And this was really cool. The way the like room like opens up into this other dimension, which happens in the original movie and in the book too, where it's like walls like move out of the way and open into this other world. But it looks really good in 2022. Like,
That's true.
I was very pleased with the way that looks.
So brother's gone.
Brother's gone.
She's feeling blamed, and then so at this point she's just kind of like at her wit's end, and she's trying to figure out what's going on. So then she goes to this, how does she find out they go and they visit a woman,
and she is the woman we saw at the beginning of the movie who was like acquiring the box for Voight. So they track her down, and she's like in an assisted living facility. Riley is like, no, she like has answers. And so she like shows her the box, and she's like, what is this? And she's like, how did you get that? That's bad. That's no good. Oh, you're seeing them. You're seeing them. Because she saw Voight like drive himself into madness, seeing the Cenobites. She never saw them, but she saw that Frank was seeing them, and he called them angels. And she was like, Serena was like, I don't think that they're angels.
Yeah, no.
I don't think that that's right.
For sure not.
For sure not. Or maybe they are. Is this biblically accurate angels?
Is this biblically? You know, I can't say words.
It's cool. They have like a million eyes and like.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They are not pretty.
Do you think that the Cenobites are pretty?
Yeah, beautiful. I don't know. I like kind of.
Pinhead,
Kind of.
a couple of them are.
Like the way that they are presented, like they're kind of pretty.
So the Cenobites all have names. Pinhead is the priest, and then there's the Chatterer, and there's the engineer, and there's the sire.
I have the Weeper, the Asphyx, the Mother, the Chatterer, the Mask, and the Gasp.
The engineer is in the first one. What's the difference between Gasp and Asphyx?
The Asphyx is the one that's like pulled back, and the Gasp is the one with the pulled up throat.
There was one of them that I thought was Stephanie Beatrice.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
And I don't know. It's one of those.
One?
It's the one with the it's like a nun's habit. It's like her back skin is like pulled up over her face.
That's the Gasp.
That's the Gasp.
I
thought that was Stephanie Beatrice.
Oh.
It isn't.
Yeah.
Somebody like steals the box, and Riley becomes aware of that at the same time that Nora finds her way into like a secret passage into the hallway, or into the walls, like in The Resident. And somebody stabs the box into her back. And clearly this is Voight. Yeah. We all know this is Voight. So she gets stabbed. She like comes tumbling out of a, secret passage, Clue style. And so they all try to flee. They're like getting into the van and trying to leave. And it's like, oh God, so frustrating. They like can't get out. They can't pick the right path to get out. And as they're like reversing and changing course, we're seeing these like portals open in the road, like just these big spaces like opening up to swallow them. But they're like just barely escaping, and they don't see them. They're not seeing this. We're seeing this. And so they're trying to find their way out of this like mansion's grand. I'm waving my arm.
That means grand entrance.
Grand yards, lawns,
grand lawns, grand
grounds. This mansion's large grounds.
Like I don't know.
It's like, I don't know.
They're
land,
very large grounds,
acreage,
greenery,
foliage. Yeah, all those things. They're just like running around, driving around, and poor Nora can see them. She can see them. She's like passing out in the back of the van, and I was like, why is nobody like with her?
Yeah, they were mad at some driving. So then boyfriend goes up to the front and starts yelling at Trevor, who's driving.
Yeah.
And
so Nora's just like,
she's like, oh shit.
On them.
Oh shit. I'm going away. Bye guys. I'm going into this portal. Bye. Bye.
She just goes into a portal. And like the book Cenobites would never have been able to do those. They'd have been like, stop the car. Let us in. Like, they wouldn't have been able to do this. They just like magic Nora out. And yikes, this was a
bad.
lot.
Yeah.
This was not good. She's like suspended with like her arm. She's not hogtied literally, but her body is in the position
Yeah. It's
of
bad.
a hog tie and also like floating in the alleyway. And is this the like first good look we get of Pinhead?
It might be. It honestly
I think
might
be.
Uh,
And it's we've like seen her in them. We've seen her.
well,
them.
has she already said you must choose someone else? If not him, you must choose someone else.
Yes.
I think she had a conversation with the girl first.
Even before her brother got, they have that conversation. She's just too high to like
see her playing. Yeah.
understand what it means. Yeah. So she's just been like seeing glimpses of Pinhead in the dark. And I think that this is the first one we get that's like illuminated.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like in the bright light of day. And oh boy, it is not great.
It is not good.
Pinhead has a monologue here. And this is where we learn like we are creatures who are pursuing like the edges of human experience, and we have imagined things, or we have experienced things that you can never even imagine, and like pain and pleasure are one and the same.
Yeah.
And like we're about to fuck you up, essentially.
Yep.
And she pulls like a pin out of her head and jams it through Nora's throat, like through one side, it comes out the other while Nora is screaming. And we get like an interior shot of her throat.
Yeah.
With the pin through it. And Pinhead pulls it out, jams it in again while Nora is screaming. And her voice falters. Because like, there's a pin. There's a pin in there. Yeah.
It's not feeling good.
It's not great. So Nora dies. Which I did think was, does she die?
Does she die? Does anybody
Forever?
die? Yeah. I was going to say, does anybody actually die, or do they just, it's like, it's hell. You're in a perpetual state of torture.
Yeah.
It's the worst place to be. This is the thing. This was probably
not
also
good.
the scene that made me the saddest in terms of like what this means, because Nora was probably the most innocent of all of them. She had nothing to do with anything. And the fact that she just went to go look for someone is what put her into a perpetual state of torture. She's not a bad guy. She did nothing wrong. And she is going to be tortured for the rest of her life. They are going to try to solve the box to bring her brother back. But Nora's gone forever. And she is just going to be forgotten. And that was one that just,
It was not good.
even when they kill her, they basically just rip her back off of her. And then just blood splatters. And that's how they find out that Nora gone.
Yeah.
It's blood splatter sound. And then they're like, fuck, Nora's gone. And then they look and they're like, there's just blood here. We have to go. We have to get out of
Like,
here.
where'd she go? How's she gone?
And then all of a sudden you see some Cenobites hanging out and you're like, well, fuck. Cenobites everywhere. Cenobites everywhere.
Cenobites everywhere. And they're scary looking.
Yeah, very scary. Because
scary
this one,
looking.
like, you get the Chatterer and you get
Oh, my God, the Chatterer.
Pinhead. And she's basically like, hey, does she say if not you, then someone, like, I think she has like a weird direct conversation with her.
And so I think that she's like, did I accidentally choose Nora? So she's like compounding her guilt and compounding her guilt and compounding her guilt. So she like wanders off into the woods and Pinhead appears to her again. And again is like, she says there are 2 more. You need to sacrifice 2 more
To complete
the
box transition.
whatever
I don't know.
configuration. Yeah. Each thing has a configuration, and
You got to get through them all.
you gotta catch them all.
Yeah.
It's like Pokemon, but with hell.
Yeah, fun.
Fun.
Before they run back into the house, they do find she stabs
I
the
know.
Chatterer, and then the Chatterer gets ripped apart. So she
that
chose
was
something
crazy.
else, and it was the Chatterer that she chose.
She chose the
and
Chatterer.
It worked.
Yeah, the chains come and get the
Confusingly
Chatterer.
enough, it works.
But not before the Chatterer like takes a big old bite out of Trevor's arm.
But that's fine. I mean, yeah, we still like
is
Trevor
fine.
at this. Well, kind of. I mean, we feel weird about it.
I knew. But here's where it gets confirmed. Like, we tourniquet him. He's woozy. He passes out. Colin and Riley are off, like, investigating. And Voight comes out of the walls and talks to Trevor. And he's like, this is all fucked. Like, we had a plan. I paid you to do this. And it becomes clear that, like, Voight is trying to do the box again. Mm-hmm. He's trying to do the box again. And he's also got, like, a device.
Yeah. Something on him.
He's like, yeah, I guess we don't know what's through him yet. It looks like a,
I don't know.
Like a, oh boy. Okay. So you know how, like in
abacus?
Arizona, when you get like a centipede attached to you,
what?
And if you pull it off, you end up with like a zipper scar.
No.
Well,
is this only in Arizona?
No, I bet it's the whole.
I'm
like,
gonna have to Google this.
Southwest.
I'm gonna have to DuckDuckGo this.
No, don't Google it. Sorry, it's bad. You don't want to look at it.
You did.
I'm not even upset about the like centipede wounds. I'm upset about the centipedes. She's doing it.
I'm just looking at the scar. I'm just looking at the scar. I'm not looking at this. So this is after some time. It looks okay. These look okay.
Yeah, the scar is fine, but this like device on him is like centipede.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like a metal
it's not good.
centipede. Ooh.
Yeah.
But like it's got like innards. There's also like a coil.
Yeah.
It's like what is it? It's not intestines. It's too fine to be intestines. It's just nerves.
Yeah.
It's like nerve bundles around this like gear that like every so often cranks. And so he's just like in pain. Oh boy.
It's bad.
Boy. It's not good.
Yeah, you learn that it has like it does it at a certain threshold. Like it won't keep going so he becomes numb to it. It makes sure to stop at certain points, so then it's always at the highest possible peak of discomfort it could possibly be at.
Because we'll learn that he originally was seeking liminal, which is sensation. And
just like Frank. Wait, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he got it. I mean, that is sensation. They're a little bit like genies, you know? Like you're seeking for a thing that you want, but they don't have the same definition as what you're looking for.
It is a bunch of sensation, just not the good kind.
Yeah, no, it's plenty. It's about as much sensation as you can have.
We also find out that the cage on the house is a way to block them from coming in.
Yeah, I think that I missed the logistics of that.
Yeah, you press a button and it closes it. It's just like the...
No, I know that it closes it, but like...
I think it's the same kind of markings that are on the box or something.
It's definitely the same patterns. Yeah. Okay. So we just like did we just not go into the lore? Yeah. I was like, I guess it's iron. Like ghosts can't go through iron.
I think it was that, but it has to do with the
symbols. Yeah. I guess we don't learn a ton about that.
Which is good because I feel like that means that there will be more movies that hopefully dive deeper into that.
Yeah, I would love to know more. I kind of just want like a documentary on the Cenobites. Like I want them in like a confessional booth. Like I want the gasp to be like, and when I took Serena, here's how I was feeling.
Oh, that would be perfect. Oh, I'd watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, can we pitch this?
Would they have to have the same sound? Would it have to be the same? I can't do the voice. When I took Serena. This is how I was feeling.
Yeah, it's the Clive Barker version, not the Hulu version.
No, they make him. It is the new version that's very beautiful.
That's what they
and
look
very like well done, but it's gonna have that voice come out of it. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this. It's gonna be beautiful. Oh, perfect movie.
Okay. Before Twitter dies, I'm just going to like at Hollywood. I have an idea. And while this is happening, Voight is having just like a chill, casual combo with Pinhead. And Pinhead is basically like, you dork, you asked for sensation.
And he was like, I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't care for it. Anything is better. Take this away. And like, you idiot. Like, did you not learn? You're asking for another thing. He's like, I've now achieved the Leviathan configuration. So like now I want power. And in the lore, when you achieve the Leviathan configuration, you get to talk to their god and you get to ask whatever. And stupid idiot, like, you saw what happened when you asked for a lower configuration. Why do you think that this is going to go well?
No.
But he asks for it and they're like, okay. And the like the like weird centipede contraption falls off of him. And this was kind of a cool scene. It was just like gears falling off of him. And we see like through his chest, which slowly like knits back together and he heals up. And then he gets like scooped up into the sky.
He gets to have like one moment of relief, and then
just like one moment,
and then it's
before the chains come down. And you know what? Fuck that guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Riley and Colin get out. Oh no! I'm skipping over the worst scene.
She stabs him. Oh,
not even that. I hate that scene with her and Pinhead where she's like, Pinhead is like, you can, like, you've done it. You can ask for resurrection.
Oh, yeah, that's
like, we can bring him back. Like, you've done it. You've achieved it. You want him back, right?
She's like, no, I've seen your gifts. I want nothing.
I don't want your gifts. And then Pinhead says, okay, so you have chosen the lament configuration, and that means that you will live a life of regret.
I think she even says this is the hardest configuration. This is the hardest configuration. And I was like,
yeah. And oh God. And so, and this is how, like,
but at the end, if you get it and you choose a different configuration, it's not like they bring everybody else back. Like, it's not like,
it's not going to be like, you got your brother, happy
back.
Ending. No.
Now that you have chosen this, we're going to give you this terrible thing, but we'll bring everyone else back.
But it's always going to, like, not only does she feel guilty that she brought this box into their life and that's why her brother is gone, but now she also has to be like, well, what if I had chosen
to bring him back?
Lazarus. Like, what if I had chosen that?
Then...
like, you and I know that it would not have gone well.
Yeah, but...
And she knows that.
But maybe in the sequel...
always going to have that wonder, you know?
Maybe in the sequel, like, she won't have that wonder. Maybe she'll find out.
Oh, God. Because that's like the last scene we see of Riley is Riley and Colin go out into the car and Colin is like, what the fuck just happened? And Riley is like, I made a choice. And Colin is like, it was the right choice, right? And we just get like a tight shot of Riley's face and she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She doesn't know if it was the right choice. And cut to black.
Yeah.
So hard to watch that.
And then cut back to
so hard to watch that. Voight?
Yeah.
Yeah, he man, fuck that guy. This is funny. This is funny. He's like he became their god. You know, like, you get to meet the god and it's you, and you get to be in that position as we peel your skin off. Piece by piece.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You idiot. You idiot. Why did you think that this would be better? Why did you think that? Stupid. Sometimes people are just so blinded by their greed and their desire that they can't see. Do you think he'll come back for the sequel? Who was the real addict? Who was the real addict? Was it him or was it Riley?
Oh, no, he's definitely an addict.
Yeah, no, it was him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I think he'll come back for the sequel? Probably.
Yeah. It's pretty, good.
Yeah.
It's good. I liked it. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of more things to say about it.
I do want to talk more about how it's so funny to me that the gal who played Pinhead is a trans woman.
Yeah.
The backlash against a woman being cast as Pinhead was that, well, it was a man in the original movie, and how dare you cast a woman? And of course, all of the people complaining about that are like stupid, bigoted Republicans. And it's so rewarding that they are looking at this trans woman and not doing the thing that like bigots do, where they're like, well, you're still a man. Like, they perceive her as a woman, which is what she is, who she is. And they're riled up about that. That's just like so sweet to me.
Yeah.
I love that. That's like delicious.
And I would say, and she did an amazing job in this movie.
Yeah.
Well.
She was incredible. And her, like, she's so ethereal.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of get why Voight thought that maybe she was an angel. Like, the others are harder.
Gasp, maybe.
Like maybe Gasp. Mask? No.
Asphyx, no.
No.
Chatter, no.
No.
But I didn't get to tell you the fun thing that I thought you would like. Ooh. I don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race, but
okay.
Do you know who Gottmik is?
No, but I'm like a decade behind in RuPaul's Drag Race.
Well, apparently Gottmik was also up for the role of Pinhead.
Whoa.
Yeah, and almost made it. I think that Gottmik made it to near the end before they chose Jamie.
Will you spell it?
Gottmik. And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. I've never watched RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, so. I don't know her, but I've seen photos. He became the first openly trans man to compete on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh.
His makeup is incredible.
Yeah.
Some of his like costumes even are very Pinhead. Oh my God. No, he like literally did Pinhead.
Yep. There were some clickbait articles that were like test shoots from the new Hellraiser, and it had pictures of Gottmik. So that wasn't
in makeup.
No, I think I think it's from what looks like RuPaul's Drag Race. So I think that somebody was trying to get everybody up in arms about it.
Do you want to hear my hot take?
Yes.
about Hellraiser 2022?
Mm-hmm.
This was Cats with Cenobites. What? Like the musical Cats is just like introducing a new cat every 5 minutes.
Yep.
That's what this movie was.
After
every new scene, you're like, meet a new Cenobite.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, when I looked at the list just now of the Cenobites, I was like, I definitely thought there were more. I thought there was like 50.
Oh no, there's only like 7.
Yeah.
There's like 1 for each configuration.
But
right?
I was like, oh, I feel like it feels like it's a world of them. Like, maybe that's what we'll find out.
I do think that
eventually.
There is a world of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that there's like this other dimension, but I do think that there's like this like cohort.
Oh, but that is also, I guess, why I think that they are
do like musical numbers.
More advances, because they do have like a whole, what am I trying to say?
Because they can manipulate space.
Well, one of their configurations is knowledge, right? Lore. So they have, but is their knowledge like bastardized like their sensation is?
I mean, yeah. like I don't know the deets or tails, but yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what would happen if you chose lore. No, I feel like knowledge is painful anyway.
Here's what it would be. The butthole cut, but with the Cenobites.
That's a good point, and I guess we don't need that.
It's the same movie. Like, no editing changes except for buttholes.
You know what? I feel like do we already see their buttholes? I feel like at least one person we saw a butthole.
Well, one of them is like
all
inside
buttholes?
out. That one's butthole for sure. Like, can you just imagine like Pinhead's like leather suit with like a little
just in the back?
Just like a little gap.
Oh god. Well, now no one has suits. Everything's skin. Or no skin.
Wasn't Pinhead in like a
No, that
costume?
was skin. I'll let you
DuckDuckGo
it.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God. How did I not notice this? Holy shit.
That it was all skin?
I knew that her neck was.
No, all entire body.
It's all of it. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, all of them are full
so
body.
I guess
just
we already
skin.
got the butthole cut.
Yeah. I think not a lot of them turned around, but I think we saw at least one butthole, if not two.
But she's got like shoulder pads.
That's skin flaps.
Her costume is almost like Edwardian, but skin. You know what I mean? It's like a corset plus like little ruffly sleeves, but it's all skin.
Yeah. Beautifully done.
Holy shit. Okay, so usually watching things on the projector has been a boon for me. But
This time?
I fucked up on this one. I'm going to have to watch this one again with like a real screen with my like 4K bullshit. Oh my God.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry,
I
now I'm
cannot
also
believe
looking at the...
I cannot believe I missed this.
Yeah.
It was all skin. None of them were wearing clothes.
Nope, not one.
Holy shit.
But it looked like they were wearing clothes because of the way that it was... the skin was pulled and wrapped.
Yeah. My mind is blown.
The more you know. Yeah, even if you look at Gasp, I'm looking at Gasp right now. She's got like
I saw a
a
gasp.
part where her
yeah.
her entire arm is skinned, and then she doesn't have
gosh. Because
So
there's
it
that
looks
part
like she's
in
got.
it.
Yeah.
There's that part where she like her like arm splits. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, is that Gasp? That one's.
Oh, maybe it wasn't gasp.
Yeah, that's a different one. But I know which one you're talking about. Cry? Wait, no. Weep. Weep's arm
Weep.
splits.
Oh my God. That was so upsetting. You guys.
I really liked how they did the Cenobites in this. I just thought, it was so well done. Like, this is, if you're going to show a monster, I feel like this is how you do it. Like, these monsters were grotesque and
But like
unsettling.
works of art.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're like sculptural. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. At the top, I was like, I don't love the CGI. I think I was wrong.
A lot of it.
I'm looking at pictures.
I was gonna say, and a lot of it though is also practical effects because they are wearing suits that look like that. Like I saw some like behind the scenes pictures where they're wearing these suits.
Yeah. Okay. No, I just messed up watching it on the projector. This was a mistake on my part. I got to match the projector with old movies and the TV with new movies so that I get the good stuff. Yeah, I think I was wrong.
And I mean, there was
rewatch
definitely
it.
a lot of CGI with the end scene with Voight.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. But I think that a lot of what they did with the other characters was practical.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay. I've completely come around.
Full circle on this one. I did want to call out something that I thought. So one of our listeners, Tessa, had said that she thought this would have been really good as a series and not just as a movie.
I think so,
I
too.
completely agree. I feel like at the end I wanted more, and I wish it kept going, and I wish it was.
Yeah.
And I would have been happier if it was even cut into shorter bits, so then I could enjoy it over time and then add on more to the story because it was such an interesting universe that they created, and I am genuinely excited to see more. So I hope it gets greenlit for a sequel or something. Or something.
Yeah. Like,
or at least that documentary you were talking about.
yeah. That's what I want the most, if I'm being totally honest. But that's like, yeah, I think that like the Cats method of like introducing a new character every scene would have worked well with a TV show.
Yeah, because then you kind of get to know each of them and they scare you in a certain way. Ooh, yeah. Agreed.
And I want to know more about the lore. Like, I want a prequel to this.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm going to have to watch all 30 of the original Hellraisers.
Yeah. Tell me about it when you watch it. I don't know if I can.
Clear my schedule. No, they get bad. They get bad. They're not like this. This was fun.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Spooky. It was hard.
Yeah.
Some of it was challenging.
Yeah. I mean, I liked the movie, and part of it was I did feel viscerally uncomfortable. And I remember being like, I shouldn't have watched that before bed. I'm going to have that imagery in my dreams. And that was my fear. Because you guys know I have been having nightmares. I don't want the spreadsheets to be replaced with skin flaying. I don't mind the spreadsheet so much. Skin flaying, I do.
Yeah, looking back, the spreadsheets.
Yeah, I was like, this is okay. This is okay. I can deal with this. But I didn't end up having a bad night that night. The walk helped. But I was like, do you have those moments when you watch horror movies and then you like kind of picture how your life would be as if you were in them? Like as I was walking, and it was like around Halloween, and it was over a weekend, so it was our downtown area was kind of busy. Well, not downtown. Our neighborhood, the core of our neighborhood was kind of busy.
Yeah.
And like if you look down a dark alley, I'm like, what if I could just see a Cenobite down this dark alley? What if I just like look down and there's, and I was like, and then I just kept having like shuddering moments. Like I would stop talking about it, stop thinking about it, and talk about something else. And then I would just like pause for a moment, and then my brain would go right back to it. And I'd be like, oh, no, go back out. But just having to navigate that for a couple of hours was interesting, but it didn't hurt me like I expected it to in the long term, or at least a couple of days later. I did think that just the way that the Cenobites were done was so beautiful and masterful.
Yeah.
If I said that in a really
you're
good way. I feel like I should have said that with more confidence. Masterful, maybe. Masterful, maybe.
Masterful, yeah.
But I was so impressed. And especially not remembering the first one.
Let's go back to our own dimension.
Well, when they come through, they would say something like, take me to your leader, right? Because that's just like a...
We have such sights to show you.
Yeah.
That's the line.
Perfect.
Yeah. Let me take you to my leader. God, I don't know. Okay. I'm going to cut everything except for us imitating
Okay, that sounds perfect. I'm okay with that. This is going to be the best episode ever then.
15 minutes.
Oh.
Short and sweet.
I'm going to see if it has is greenlit for a sequel. Hellraiser. Sequel? Is Hellraiser and Event Horizon connected?
I sort of see that, you know?
Oh, interesting.
What'd you find? Share
no,
with
it's
the
just
class.
the same. It's just like, oh, this is the plot. And I was like, yeah, based on the plots, yeah, I could see that.
They totally could be. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Event Horizon is just Hellraiser in space.
Okay, they said that the director is ready for a sequel if it happens. But it hasn't been confirmed. This is as of October, early October.
What about the priest? Is she on board?
I would expect so. If you sign up for the first one, you're signing up for a lifetime role.
Right.
Yeah.
Like now you have to go to like conventions for the rest of your life.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll meet her. Oh, that would be so great. So I just got so excited and I was like, oh that's a possibility.
Do you think she'll come on the pod?
That would be.
I did see though, okay, when everybody was like butthurt about casting a woman, the guy who played Pinhead originally, like posted and was like, this is exactly what Hellraiser should look like, or what Pinhead should look like. He was like, love this. She's like sexy and scary. We love it. Perfect. And I was like, hell yeah, like OG Pinhead gets it.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody.
Yeah. I think it's, if you're not getting behind it, then you're making a mistake.
Fucking
yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. What I also read is Jamie Clayton did not start acting until her like mid-30s, late 30s.
Oh. Wait, how old is she now?
That's a question that you're asking that I should know the answer to. I have her date of birth, but I am having a difficult time doing math.
Because she can't be.
Can we do the math and then you cut out us trying to do it? 44.
Yeah. 44. She looks great.
Yeah.
Even with all the pins.
Yeah, great.
She looks great. No, now I'm mad. She's too pretty.
We take it back.
I do hope that there are more. I want to know more about the lore, because this is like expanding what's in the book and what's in the first, like the original movie. Like they're doing, they did some really creative things with it, and I want to know more. I want to do more. I want to see the sites that they have to show me. Oh God.
Do you? Do you want to see the sites that we have to show you?
Yes.
Oh no. Yeah.
Okay. Did we do it?
I think we did it.
Next week, we will be discussing The Menu, which is another new movie. So prepare yourselves for spoilers. I've already seen it. Chelsea hasn't.
Yes.
So I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate
other
it.
than if you are interested in it, go see it. And we'll dig into it next week. And in the meantime, you can follow us on the social medias, whichever one you choose, at No Show Monster. And how do we wrap this up? What do we do?
I don't know.
Do we have anything to plug? I mean, always debut buddies. I don't think that we have anything other than that. Yeah, join us over there for our experiences with the earliest pumpkin pie recipes we could find. And you can email us, noshowmonster@gmail.com. You can DM us on Twitter until it fails. @noshowmonster.
We are working on setting up a letterboxed. Is it boxed with a D?
It is with a D. Yeah. No, that's how hard we're working on it.
When the holidays come around, we'll have a little more time.
No, we're too old.
We're old. We'll get there. We'll do it. We'll get there. We're gonna get there.
We don't know. And please remember to tell your friends if you're enjoying this. Tell your friends. Bring them over. We can all we can all dress up as various Hellraiser characters. We can just do a Cenobite show and tell.
Which one would you?
That'd be fun.
Which one would you dress up? I mean, Pinhead. But if it wasn't Pinhead,
yeah, I mean, I'd have to do Pinhead.
Yeah.
I'd have to do Pinhead.
I'd probably do a Sphinx. I'm trying to think of the one that would be the easiest to make look the best.
They're all really hard.
Yeah, I can't do gas.
They're all gonna be really hard.
Weep? Maybe I could do Weep, but I gotta get an extra pair of hands to dangle.
Okay, and on that note,
we'll see you guys.
Join us next week to talk about The Menu. Happy Spookies.
Happy Spookies.
Happy Spookies.